You know, what we have found throughout history is that bad leaders, dictators like Maduro, have somehow in many countries, whether it's Cuba or other, have been able to hang on for longer than anybody thinks they should or could. Do you fear that's going to be the case with Maduro, or do you believe his days really are numbered?
This is not a regular dictator. This is a mafia state. Both the government, the civilian part of the government and the military are deeply involved in corruption. We're talking about crimes against humanity. We're talking about drug trafficking. So the incentives for them to leave government are pretty small. They don't want to because they know that the alternative is either facing prison in Venezuela or extradition to the United States. That's why in the recent weeks, both the government of Juan Guaido, the interim president of Venezuela, and U.S. authorities have been trying to let the authorities know in Caracas, the Maduro regime, that they have a safe way out of Venezuela in case they want to facilitate this transition. But so far, they're sticking to their guns. We know for a fact that they are willing to starve the population if necessary. So this is not going to be an easy transition, and hopefully it will be bloodless, but I don't think it will.
Well, I think you made an excellent point here. I mean, he needs a way out, even if he thinks he is gone. Even if he needs to leave, his back is against the wall. He has nothing to lose right now, maybe with the exception of his life, if there's some kind of a military uprising. Do we perhaps, or some of the other countries in Latin America, need to facilitate more of a clean out for him? Step down. You're not going to go to, we're going to move you over here. Just go away.
Well, that's literally what John Bolton said in a tweet a couple of days ago. He said, Mr. Maduro, you can just leave and enjoy the rest of your life in a nice beach somewhere else. The United States won't chase you, and the Venezuelan authorities won't chase you. The National Assembly passed a bill, an amnesty bill, granting amnesty to the military and civilian authorities that have engaged in crimes since 1999, trying to incentivize them to switch their loyalty towards Mr. Guaido. I think that once the oil sanctions start to bite, then the calculus is going to change for many of these guys in Caracas.
So there are, Juan Carlos, you probably didn't see it last week, but we did a big map. There are 7 super tankers filled with Venezuelan crude oil that were destined for the United States. There's 7 that are out there right now that are fully loaded with about $900 million in oil. One of those, the Eagle Sapporo, pulled into Corpus Christi. I don't know if it unloaded, but the other 6 are still floating in the Gulf of Mexico or off the coast. That's Maduro money. It's oil, but it's money. How long can he they have no government cash. How long is this going to work? To your point, a mafia state requires money.
Requires money, and it is estimated that these sanctions could represent the Venezuelan economy to shrink by 26% just this year. I mean, we're talking an economy that has already shrunk 50% since 2013. They can sell oil, I guess, to Asia, but that's going to come down. That's going to come down with a markdown, definitely, because of the transportation costs and so on. Also, the ban on the importation of diluents for PDVSA, the state-owned company, means that Venezuelan oil in Venezuela cannot be processed because it's thick oil. That means that they might run out of fuel in Venezuela. So we might have more shortages of electricity and so on.
You've got a humanitarian crisis, you have a food crisis, and you're probably going to have a fuel crisis soon. No money, little food, and the possibility of no gas. Something's got to give at some point.